Yay! We have power! Dear, oh dear, I've just put 2 lots of batteries in this, and both of them were duff. I need to get some more rechargeables, I think. I need to get some more rechargeables. How are we all doing? How are we all doing? Cool. Evening all. Slight battery issues there. So I was panicking. I turned the mic on and it went on and went straight back off again. And I put 2 lots of batteries in it so far, and they're all dead. Seems a bit strange, especially since it only came off the charger today. Right, let's crack on. Whew, bit of a sweat on there. Better get the old tree on as well. Right, let's catch up. Hi Derek and Michael. I don't know if you were first in or not. Actually, that's too loud, isn't it? Matambly, put a hat on. I'd have to put a hat on, a mask, and like a full bodysuit. Matambly. Here you go. Evening, Rob Cross. Hey, Harvey. Put this radio back together without trouble. I took it apart, yeah, Harvey. Robert Head. Hi, Robert. Rob Titheridge. Hi, Rob. Nick Patronics. Hi, Nick. Simap. Hi, Simap. Derek's in. Evening, Derek. Daniel. Evening, Daniel. Video Monkey. Am I going to be late? Yeah, probably. I was late on the mic. Graham. Thomas, how are you, mate? Rusty B. Evening, Russ. Rich A. Evening, Rich. Les is in. Evening, Les. Mike Cass. Hi, Mike. Timothy. Hi, Timothy. Theo's in. Bretsky's in. George is in. Yeah, unfortunately, George, but you know, it was a gift. It was a gift. I do like these, actually. This and the R600 is about the only 2 sort of Roberts transistor sets, later transistor sets that I like. I like the old RT1. RT1 is one of my favourites, actually. Yeah, the batteries give up. Yes, the microphone. I don't know what's going on with that, because obviously I did charge them up. Evening, Danish. AF11, I would assume so. Evening, Rich. Secret Engineer. What's that then? You wrote a DSP program to measure drift. I got 0.1%. It's set to 0.03 of drift on your cassette player via video playback. Hell, 0.03? That's phenomenal, Rich, isn't it? You don't think the drift part of the meter was being triggered? Possibly lack of volume, bad switch. Okay, no worries, Rich. I'll have a look at that later. Evening, Steve. Another dead R600. Oh, yes. Well, I think it is. I got a big note saying it's dead. Evening, David. Evening, Doug. Evening, Derek. It's the Devon battery triangle. Yeah, it is. Evening, Simon. Ben. Evening, Ben. Johnny. Simon's World. Yeah, I did say hello to Simon. I get mixed up. Evening, Colin. I think that's a full house. I think we've got a full house. Oh dear, yeah. So we've got an interesting potential repair tonight. Whether we'll have enough time is another thing. So yeah, this has come in from Roy. So this is the note that came with it. No operation or bands. Plop from speaker at switch on. Christmas gift, Roy 707. And Roy's put 707 because I restored an R707 for him, so that's how I know it's that Roy, because I've got a couple other Roys in my phone book. So Roy, if you're watching, mate, thank you very much, and let's see if we can get this thing working. See if we can get some life in it tonight. It's covered in that green stuff from yesterday, that nastiness. This is time. It's Penguin time, isn't it? Where is he? Where are you, Penguin? Hello. What's he doing to his camera? He's doing something to his camera. What are you doing? You were nice just now. God, he's got a mess. He's a bit upset, actually. Penguin is a bit upset, people. I don't think he's crying, but he's not overly happy. He's not overly happy, look. He's looking sad, isn't he? He had a chat with me earlier. He's not happy because he don't want to go. He doesn't want to go on the 24th. He wants to stay. He said Penguin's not just for Christmas, he said. But I don't know. What do you think? Should we keep Penguin out all year, or should we chuck him back in his box and put him in the loft again? He does like it out in the wild. He doesn't like being caged. So Penguins for life, not just Christmas, he said. Gonna cook your dinner, no worries, Colin. Keep Penguin. I don't know. He does give me some stick. Free Penguin. Oh dear, you're gonna be out with banners in a minute, aren't you? Free Penguin. I could lock him away in the loft, get a little cage for him, couldn't I? Stop him pecking me. He's a happy chap normally, but he is sad because he doesn't want to go back up in the loft. That's what he said anyway. But Mrs. Cruncher she's cruel to Penguin. You know, I had to fight to keep Penguin. I had to fix his bottom. Keep Penguin all year round. Free Penguin. We need to put out an appeal. We need some banners. Dear, oh dear. Any extra space on your shelves? Put in his box. Some more space for radios. Oh, George, you're cruel to Penguin. Extra space on your shelf so he can sit on and help. Not really. He could sit on top of the soldering station, I suppose. Or maybe I could move my spare microphone out the way. He could sit up there on the shelves. But he likes to be seen, that's the problem. He's a bit of a show-off, so... Penguin's a flasher. Let him stay a little bit happy then. I know. Look at him. He's looking happier already now that you're saying that. He does. He looked a bit sad just now, but he's looking a bit happier. I think he's glowing a bit more now. Oh dear. Well, he's got something behind number 21 for me. Can you believe it's the 21st? Penguin's only allowed out for another 3 days. What do you think? What do you think? Mrs. Cruncher might not let me keep him. Let's see what we've got in number 21 then, Penguin. What have we got for me today? Anything interesting? Oh, hell, we've got... That's not a good sign, Penguin, look. We've got the Grim Reaper, Penguin. That could be it. It could be all over for you. It could be all over. The Reaper's out. we got the Grim Reaper. Oh, poor Penguin. He thinks that's curtains for him now. He thinks that's it. So, Joe Penguin, see you tomorrow, mate. We'll still be there watching. He never stops watching. Oh dear. Free Penguin. Keep Penguin out. Penguin for Christmas dinner. Oh, I don't know, he'd be a bit fishy tasting, I think. Colin. Save the Penguin. It is. If only we can put birds in boxes. You kept Christmas bells? I did, yeah. Yeah, but one of them's done a runner. One of them's eloped with my my Frankie R600. He's taken off with it somewhere. I don't know where he's gone, but he's definitely with the R600. But why he eats batteries. Tell Mrs. Cruncher. You have to wait till she comes on next and give us some stick. Tell her that we need to keep him. He'll go kicking and screaming back into his box if she don't let him. Till you and Cat me, you thought you had a big battery budget. You really don't. We've got through 200 at the moment outside. I didn't really show you the outside, but Mrs. Cruncher did. I must take a picture of that, or take a bit of video, because you can't really see it properly in a picture. It needs to be video, really. Penguin is a good guy, isn't he? He gives me beer. He gives me beer. He could come and help me with a beer each week, couldn't he? He could come and help me with the beer of the day. Anyway, we've got the Grim Reaper alert. Hand brewed in Cornwall, so we're getting closer to home. Where's Jess? Where's Jess? Jess, Cornwall, Cornwall. And who's the other chap that was in Cornwall? Someone down near Penzance. Was that? I can't remember who it was now. We've got a couple Cornish chaps watch, actually. Graham's in a tankard. We've got the picture of the Grim Reaper down here, look. This can't be good. It's got to be strong, isn't it? This is by Caltech Brewery. It says award-winning strong ale. European Double Gold 2022. Oh, wow. It's a recent one, then. Winter solstice, yeah, supposed to be the shortest day. 6%. Oh, we're getting stronger as the days are going on, aren't we? 6%. So it's a strong, deceptively smooth amber ale with notes of dark fruits and roasted grains. So where's a Caltech brewery? Red Roof, Cardew Industrial Estate. 3 units per bottle. Made in Cornwall. Gotta be good stuff if it's made in Cornwall, isn't it? That's it's with a K. K-E-L-T-E-K. Caltech. You can see that, yeah. Caltech. Simat. Coast of Christmas yet to come. Keep Penguin out. Cheers, Steve. Steve's in Penguin's corner. He's got Penguin's back. Let's crack this one open then. Oh, it's gonna go. Whoa! Feisty. Feisty, that one. Red Ruth, Caltech, yeah, Johnny. Hi, Johnny. Well, I'm not going to get any more than that, am I? That's like almost solid head on that. Okay, won't even pour out that. Oh dear. Jess, there you go. Talk of the Cornish. Brewed in Cornwall, look. There you go, Jess. Cornish. The Grim Reaper. Caltech Brewery in Red Roof, mate. How far is that from you? Penguin can stay, can keep us in the Christmas spirit all year round. You're dead right, Thomas. We'll have to talk to Mrs. Cruncher. Well, I could hide him. What I could do is we could snaffle him away in the middle of the night, and just say I'll put him back in the loft, and then every Sunday we can pop him out from his hiding place, and he can come and join me. You too, Jess, mate. Around 32 minutes away. Half an hour, it's not too far, is it? Not too far, Jess. Anyway, that's not That's not going down, that head. Cheers, everybody. Happy Christmas. See if I can get some of this through this froth. That does taste nice. That's almost a barley wine type taste, that. St Austell's Ales used to make some amazing barley wines. I wrote to them, well, I think I told you, didn't I, that I wrote to them to see if they still knew, if they knew anything about the Princess Ale that I used to drink. And they had library pictures and that of it, but they said they weren't looking to produce any more. Right, time for the first, well, the second. I keep saying first. God, this is probably why Penguin's getting stroppy, because I forget that he's the first advent calendar. The second one is the Haynes advent calendar, so I'm not sure what we're going to get today. It'll be another rewire job, I expect. Let's get him out together with the spare resistors. Right, let's see if I can get it in camera today. Can you see Penguin? Okay, some Penguin cam. Penguin coming up. There he is. I can keep streaming every day. God, dear me. I tell you what, I'd be absolutely knackered. It's surprising how much goes into just coming on, really. Getting everything ready, doing a slide. Clearing space from the previous day is the hardest thing. So there he is. Joe Penguin. Catch you later, mate. There you go, Jess. You've had your Penguin fix. Right. So we've got to get number 21. Which is over here. UKW 21. Haynes. Oh, another electrolytic. What are we doing with this one then? What are we doing with this one? Let's get the book of words. Sign up. Jill's asking, where's the goats? Well, there's one here. There's one. The other one has done a runner with my Frankenstein's R600. I think he's took it on holiday, or he's eloped with it. One of the two. So we're definitely a goat down. Goat down. See what, this beer is still frothing out the top of the bottle here. It's feisty. Feisty. I do it because I enjoy it at SciMap, really. I think if I didn't enjoy it, it wouldn't be the same, really. Just doing it for the sake of it. But I do enjoy doing them. Enjoy the chat with you chaps. Anyway, cheers again. Yeah, so there's a goat done a runner, and he has nicked the R600 test set. I really don't know where he's gone. Anyway, back to the lowest frequency. Right, with the help of push button in box number 22, you can now use the reset function of the radio. When pushing the R button, the radio switches to the lowest frequency in the VHF range. This makes it easier to find your bearings when you're scanning for stations. So in the UK, the lowest station on the band is Radio 2 on 88.1 here. I don't know if it's different in other parts of the UK, but it's 88.1 here. So it says again, you should twist all 4 legs as opposed to the outer frequency and volume buttons where you only twist 2 of the legs. Hang on, I've jumped one. I've jumped one. I thought that was a bit confusing. What? So ignore that. That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. Ace, how are you, mate? Used to farm goats. It comes with like a cardboard cutout, Jess. Let me just show you. It comes with a cardboard cutout. I don't know if I can get that in camera or not. So it comes with a cardboard cutout, so you can stick it in a box. But it's not really a functional thing. It's just sort of a box to put it in, really. I did look at 3D printing a box, and I was going to see if I could etch a PCB for it. So that might come if I can work out the software. I might even get a PCB way to do it. They keep on about sponsoring me, but I still haven't got around to put a video out for them. So maybe they could sponsor that one. So yeah, I could turn it into a PCB project. So anybody that's got the kit could then build it onto the PCB. I just share it in PCB Way's contributor area. Evening, David. Yours is on 89.95. Yeah, 88.1 here it is. So storage settings. So beyond number 21 is a 10 microfarad capacitor. Attach it in parallel to the stabilized 3-volt operating voltage to enable the storage function. Okay, so it's in between the 3-volt line and ground. So we're in here. So it's going down here. So it's coming off the 3-volt line from the IC, the radio IC, down to ground. And what's that going to do? Oh, it enables the storage function as a special feature. The radio module. The last station and volume settings are remembered as long as the battery remains attached. Okay, so it's like a memory. The E-cap serves as a small energy store to compensate for temporary voltage fluctuations. So let's have a look then. It's a Chong. It's a Chong. George's brand of choice, the Chong. He loves a good Chong in. Right, positive is over there, so we're going from that to the plus. I think that's right. Positive, which is a plus, to that there, which goes to there. That's a positive rail though. Just check that. Okay, so it's in there, it's in line with the voltage regulator, so yeah, that is definitely okay. Let's go into the ground of the voltage regulator, so I've got to skip one hole. I thought that looked a bit wrong. I jumped in the wrong hole. I've got to go to the next one. Oh dear, I can hear it now. Dare I look at the screen? Right, so what should this do again? This should small energy stored. Brief voltage shots when you push your P1. When you wake the radio from standby mode, the load suddenly increases. It hasn't got a standby mode, has it? It's got a mute mode. Let's see what happens. See what happens. Are you going to let me have this or not? He's keeping an eye. Got to be careful that they don't abuse Penguin. Right. tell you what, it's hellish loud now, isn't it? Volume still works.
And yours is not. Was that what interested you to overturn that previous? Because that was a very popular.
What was yesterday's button for again?
It's replayed very often.
It's
Muting.
every Christmas. People watch it every Christmas.
Mute.
The opposite, or to go against that image of her. But when Vicky Krebs actually gave me the idea to do a film,
Well, there you are. So
I started researching.
I don't think that's going to work at the moment. I don't know how you store a station.
What was your conception before you started doing your research?
I didn't think it
I'm
was
pressing the
really
P
simple
button.
but that of course has to do with something. It's such a cliche where you come from. It just doesn't seem interesting or cool. But when I read about her, I realized.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that might become in the actual the storing situation. There we go. So I wonder if I put that back in, whether that station will come straight back on. No, it didn't. It did say it's got to be connected to the battery all the time for it to work. So I thought the whole idea of the capacitor was to store the energy so you didn't have to have the battery. Just
Left much of that out. You start at the end.
so it's come off. Go back on. No, it's got to be connected to the battery all the time in order to store it somehow. But not sure exactly how yet. But there we are. Another part done. 3 more bits to go. Just 3 more pieces, and that's done. Can you believe it? Only 3 more. 3 more of each advent calendar to open. What am I going to do? I need year-long advent calendars, don't I? I need one for every month. Oh dear. Let's catch up with the chat. Let's catch up with the chat. Best caps in the world. What chip is the radio IC? It's I think we covered that early on, but it doesn't actually say. It's one of those little tiny ones, and let's have a look, see if it's got, see if it tells us what it is. No, it just says 8-legged radio circuit board. I don't know what it is. What it is, Derek, and we can pull it at the end. I think I did pull it last time when I did one of these before. I did pull it and have a look, looked it up online. It's an SMD chip that's got like the extension legs on it. 2 kilowatts relay on radio 2 up the road. 88.5. Haynes Advent Canada 1957. Menkind 750 for the same radio. There you go. If you want one, get one quick. RTE1 is on 90 FM. RTE2 FM is on 92.2. I can't get them FM, but you're North Cornwall, aren't you, Jess? I don't get Irish on FM. I might do if I use the outdoor aerial, but if they clash with stations over here, I might be able to get them on the outdoor aerial. It's worth giving that a try at some stage, Jess, with the SDR. You're waiting on ZX of George. Hewish Moore. Yeah. It's a road near in Gloucester where you can get RT on the car radio from Claremont Cairn. Picking up radio, yeah. Near the Northern Irish border. Sounds like it provides a needed power spike to allow the EPOM to be programmed. Catch you in a minute, Matamble. Change the cap for some 5-volt super caps. Some 5-volt super caps. George, what, you want to put a string of them in, do you? Where are the valves? I think a goat's at them. I think the goat's at them. I mean, the goat actually quite likes this one. This is his favourite valve. It's a UY41. He actually takes that to bed with him as like a comforter. You picked up RTE1 in the summer. Yeah, we did have some strange stuff going on FM in the summer, didn't we? I was getting quite distant stations. Yeah, I can pick up Radio Wales here, Les. That's a nice beer, that. Cornish brew, nice beer, CJ, doesn't they? Feisty beer. I think it's still alive, this beer. Where are the AF117s? They're all up here in a drawer. He doesn't like them. They're a bit spiky. Can I, Graham, ICS, get Radio Wales? So can I. You can get Radio Wales, is what you're saying, Rob, yeah? Yeah, it's just across the water from you, isn't it, Rob, I suppose, really. Anyway, let's put Penguin over... sorry, Penguin? I know, I didn't mean to call you that. Christ. Take it easy. What have we got? What have we got? Oh no, oh no. We've got another one of those. Another one of those. Another one of these. So if you remember the last one, what did we have with that one? We had some issues, I think, didn't we? Did it not have an aerial? I don't think it had the turntable on the base, did it? This is one of the ones with the pardon me, vinyl base. Maybe the other one was a later version then. This is the early version. You can tell it's the early version. It's got different knobs on it. The newer ones have got like a totally different knob with a silver rim around it, and these push buttons have not got brights on them. They're just normal plastic black buttons. So this was the original R600 that came out in 1969. So this is going to be around that time to 1970, depending on what the serial number is. Well, into the 70s, I think. I can't remember, was it 71 that they brought the different grill out? I can't remember now. I can't remember. Bad start, no handle. Yeah, it is, but I have got a spare handle. I have got a spare handle that I've taken off of something else. And I've also got one of these up in the loft with just the, it's had the handle cut off. So I've still got the like silver bit and the piece that goes through. So I could sort of pimp it up and put maybe a bit of leather or something like that in it to make it a bit different. You know, that does. I've done that on an R200 before, and it did look quite smart. I don't know where it is now. I can't find that bit of leather at the moment. It's coiled up somewhere in a basket up there. That's right up there, I think. Oh, hang on. I might be able to reach that down. I'll put Penguin in the picture-in-picture. You can have a look at Penguin a minute. Can I reach that down? I can if I get a bit of... I've been banging on about using a piece of leather for a while, haven't I, for straps. So let's get my strap stash down. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. strap stash. So in my strap stash, I've got a brand new reproduction R707 handle. So the R707 handle is a bit different because it's thin at the ends, but it tapers out. And I bought that many years ago at I believe I bought this at Longley when they used to have the rally in Longley. I think I bought this at Longley, and the guy that used to sell Rexine used to go there as well. So here's my spare handle. So I have got an original handle that will go in there. But this is what I was thinking. This stuff, now this is leather, you can buy this, I bought this on eBay. It's quite thick, look, it's really thick leather. And I don't think that would look out of place on that, to be honest. Like that, maybe a bit shorter. Something like that. You know, end of the day, it's got wooden sides. If you've got the original silver pieces on it, I think that would look fine. I mean, it's plain, it's not got any stitching on it. I haven't got the facility to stitch leather. I have contacted Glyn actually, but he's not responded to my email. So either he's changed his email or he's not doing the straps anymore. So yeah, maybe we could rig something up like that. So it basically would look like that. So I don't think that would look out of place really. I think that would look quite smart, I think. I've got various other belts that I've picked up from shops and that. A nice red one there, look. I've got someone made one here, which is pretty shocking. I've got a couple of these pre-made ones that I got from Glyn when he was experimenting. Different types. So yeah, I've got a bit of a belt stash, but not a lot. So there you are. That bit of leather does work well. I've used a piece on an R200 and it looked fine. What's that, Steve? What's Penguin said now? Has he been talking behind my back again? You must go. Where are you going to? All right, catch you soon, Thomas. Your iron's died. Soldering iron, or are you ironing some clothes, Thomas? Sort out the electronics first. Yeah, definitely. Longley was a great radio rally. It was a brilliant radio rally, that, Nick. I used to go every year. It was loads and loads of stuff. They usually had a big marquee, didn't they, in the gardens? And you actually got to go around the house as well, which was nice. But was it Lord Montague? He put a stop to it, I think. No, I don't have a strap for an RP10, Rob. It needs to be black to avoid colour clashes. Yeah, you say that, but it has got brown sides, so, you know. I could dye it black, I suppose. Or you could buy a black piece of leather. Oh, sorry about that, Thomas. You've been given an R606 MB. I assume the MB means mains or battery. Yes, it does, Timothy. That's the later one. The R606 is a totally different thing inside. It's strange. It looks identical apart from the... Well, there's a couple bits that look different on it, but inside they're totally different. Oh, it's Lord Bath, Nick, was it? Ah, okay. Yeah, Montague is down at Bewley, isn't he? Lord Bath. It was Lord Bath. He was a strange chap, wasn't he? Lord Bath. That was a long-haired chap, wasn't it? Didn't he used to sort of like go around like a bit like Hugh Hefner with a dressing gown on most of the time? I think he did. He was a bit of a character from memory. But yeah, he put a stop to it. Okay, let's have a look then. It's time. It's time to get in the guts of it and have a look. So, we know we haven't got a strap, but we can maybe modify that. Maybe modify it. The badge, all the chrome has come off the front of it. We've got a little dink in the grill, but that should push out. It's really faint. You can sort of see it if I hold it at the right angle, but it is pretty faint. So that should push out. Both the knobs are there, which is good. And we've got an original aerial as well. Is it a straight one? Well, it's got a bit of a kink. It's got a bit of a kink, but it is an original one with a swivel. That's a perfectly usable aerial. It's only one section, I think, that's bent, which is just this one, this bit just here. I can't quite see that. So just a little bit bent. If I swivel that, you can see it's not great. I mean, I can bend that back probably now, but it'll need a bit of fettling to get it straight. But that is definitely straightenable. So it's a 4 waveband set. 3 medium wave, long wave VHF. 3 AFC. AFC is on. If you push the button, it turns it off, which is a bit strange. And we've got a tone button as well. So the R707, which is the big brother to this one, had separate bass and treble. It had a different amplifier setup and everything, but fairly similar. The R700, which would this have run alongside the R700? I think it would, wouldn't it? So this would have been back in the late 60s. I think the R700 came out. 700, 600, and then I think the 707 followed on after that. So let's have a look in the guts of it. So we've got the earlier bass. Now the later ones just had wood, but these earlier ones are totally covered. Serial number is quite high, 57,117. Yeah, 606 is still forward. Him with his wifelets. He was a character, wasn't he? Yeah, okay. So a little bit of a stiff turntable on it. Just needs a bit of WD dripping in there to clean it, and then a bit of oil maybe. Just having a smell, see what the smell of it is. So we've got the battery snap, that's good. Looks like it's been worked on. This has been taken. Oh, and we've got new capacitors in there. Ooh. Looks like Roy's had a go, so we don't need to do capacitors. How about that? See if we can get the overhead camera in. You can see in there, but we've got new capacitors in there by the looks of it. Yes, the wood that smells. There's something smelling a bit funky, but it's the wood, I believe. So we've got new caps. So that's good. Speaker looks okay. I think it's time to get some power on it, don't you? I think it's time to stick some power up it. So do you think it'll work? Anybody think this will work? Or have we already sort of like... Have we already... let's get that out of the light so it doesn't glare. Going to have a session on the record section of your tape recorder. Oh, the record section. You're going to have a session. What, you're going to do some singing, Steve? You're going to do some singing, are you? He's paraffin. Oh dear. I think I've kicked Penguin's cam over. He ain't going to be happy about that. Better put it back up, otherwise I'll be in the bad books again. There you go. God, dear, dear. He loves to be on it. He loves to be on the camera. Not a chance. I was amazed that that last one worked, to be honest. I couldn't really fault it. It worked fine. The 606. You have one to do. What, the original 606, Steve? Without the mains power supply? Right, let's hook her up. What have we got on here? I think we've got 12 volts on this at the moment, so I need to make sure that I ease that back. I haven't had a chance to do the AM board yet, but I have had a look at the... I've had a look through the schematic of the RPC1. A bit of a study of that last night after I came off the stream. It takes me a while to settle after I come off of a stream. Okay, let's turn it on. Okay, it's not drawing excessive current. You can hear the plop. Okay, was that a little faint signal? Let's put the aerial up. It is working on FM just about. Doesn't sound very good though.
Black honey.
Like it's a socialist or liberal Democrats, you know, all that solid melts into air. It means that artists sitting on the edge of society are making art about.
There's no hiss in between stations. It could be that could be that someone's twiddled the IF cans, but I mean that's maximum volume. Try medium wave. Okay, medium wave doesn't latch, long wave doesn't latch. We have a no latch situation. Oh no. Roy's giving me a challenge here, isn't he? So yeah, we have a no latch situation. VHF is latching. But long wave isn't. A medium wave isn't. I can't hear any RF on those either. No, okay. Well, FM slightly different. Now, is the first IF on FM on these is in the front end, I believe. Now, I can't remember which one it is, whether it's this one or the R600, but one of them has got an IF which is external to the module. So I'm gonna have to get it apart, aren't I? There's no choice. Let's just catch up. Crackly and muffled. A bit like me, really, Ben. 9 volts. Yes, it is, Derek. I did switch it down to 9 volts. It would upset Penguin. What if it caught on fire? Penguin wouldn't be happy, no. It's so we've got non-latching switches now. Either that's the plastic bit's broken in the switch, or the slider thing's not working. It is latching on VHF though. So we're going to need to get it out of the case and have a look. So let's remove her from the case. 2 screws on these. One down here. Just a bracket on the cabinet. We've got a spare one. And there's another one up here, which is a strap which attaches to the top panel. Come on, get off. Right, there we go. And we've got to undo the aerial. Desolder the speaker terminals. And he should pop out from the top. Get my hand in there. There we go. There she is. There she blows. Right, let's have a nosy then. See what's going on. Let's put Penguin's valve back in his bed over there. Right. So there's our board. Just looking at the cores in the module. Yeah, that one over here. I think the last yellow one is the FM discriminator. It looks like that one's been screwdrivered. Let me have a look. That would certainly cause the distortion. Is it yellow for FM and red for AM? But that one's definitely been turned, without a doubt, which is a bit scary on one of these. I've had these before that have been twiddled and I just literally have not been able to bring them back to life. If you can see the yellow core inside there. Well, it's not the core, it's like a plastic cover on top of the core, but if I can get it in shot. Can you see the top of it's chewed up? I'm pretty sure that last one is the discriminator. I think red is AM and yellow is FM. Find out a bit later. Let's just see if this so the label hasn't been up, maybe there, but that doesn't look like it's been touched, and that one doesn't. It's just this one here that's someone's had a screwdriver in. So that could be fun trying to set that back up again, because again there's no alignment instructions for this. Simon has done one of these using a sweep generator. I can't remember exactly how he connected it up, but I must revisit that video. Simon has swept the FM on one of these. There is a sort of a generic way of setting up the discriminator on these, but yeah. So one thing you mustn't ever do is twiddle these. Just don't ever touch them. You shouldn't ever need to touch them. If it dies, it's not because it needs a lining, it's because the transistors are dead. It doesn't need a lining. It might need a little tweak of the IF, but you certainly wouldn't need to touch the discriminator. You'd only need to touch the IF a little tiny bit if it was deaf, because you've changed different transistors. If you keep the same transistors and zap them, you shouldn't need to do anything to it. There he is. He's pinged. I've still got your thing from the other day, Paul. How you doing, mate? Fix the AM first. You can't. It's in the module. AM is in the module. We can hook it up. What's the speaker in that one? Is it a 4 ohm? 5 ohm. So a 4 ohm speaker will be fine. Let's connect this up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on AM, although it's not latching. It doesn't even feel like it wants to latch. Yeah, it doesn't even feel like it wants to latch. Have a look at the mech. Is it sliding? No, the latching mech is stuck. The latching mech is stuck. So you can see the switches there. Well, I don't know if you can see underneath, but the latching mech is in here. See if I can get my pointer. These switches are not great to work on, to be fair. You can just see a bar in there. Where's my light? Yeah, so you've got this here, but just inside there, down in there is a latching bar. Where are we? There. You can just see it down in there, that. Difficult to get the light on it at that angle, really. Yeah, so you can just see it in here. See, there's like another little line here and here. Now that's got a notch in it that notches onto these plastic bits. So either the plastic bit's broken off or this is stuck, but it looks to me like that isn't moving. Yeah, so if I push a button, that's not moving. Let's push FM. Is that FM or yeah? So VHF, it's moving, but for some reason when we push, it's just not returning. So we might get away with just a bit of lubrication on that. That might work again. So if I do it manually, let's just darken that down a little bit and zoom out. If I just flick it across manually, it might latch. Come on, are you going to? No. Doesn't seem to be. Doesn't seem to be biting onto anything. So the spring is working, but I think we've got a problem with the actual plastic bit in there. Because I mean it's across, but it's not biting into it. So I think we've got broken switches there. Which isn't a major issue. I can pull another switch apart and pinch one. Yeah, I don't blame you, Timothy. You certainly don't want to be touching the modules in those. Paul's pinged me something. Stu wants to pop in to get his module, but I'm live. What did Paul ping me something? I haven't got a ping, Paul. Ping, 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 ping. A coupon for paraffin. Missed the first hour, had a neighbour around. Oh yeah, Theo. Oh, yeah. So yeah, basically it doesn't work the way it works on FM, Theo. Very, very weak and distorted. I mean, we might be able to connect up to the scope and play with the discriminator, see if we can pull up a better signal by watching it. So yeah, we've got an issue. I think these two switches are broken because the bar is moving when I push FM. It moves and latches in, but it doesn't. So it's either jammed or it's not latching. But to get to the modulate, we've got to take this switchboard out so we can have a closer look when it's out there. What I wanted to try and do is just give it a few whacks. I somehow got to jam it into I've somehow got to jam it into AM. So let's connect it back up. So I can hear it switching over. So what I want to do is just give it a whack. See if that gives us any noise. No, this one's very dead. Oh, hang on, there's a bit of a pop there. Nope. It's dead, Jim. Has FM now died? FM's died as well now, look. Just see if we can get FM back. No. She's dead, Jim. Amp's working, he's drawing 30 milliamps, but module, he gone. Module gone. And I'm going, Lou, refresh your page, it's there. No worries, I will in a minute, Paul. I'm going to skip to the loo, skip to the loo, skip to the loo. Without the audio on, George. Oh, I'm a rogue, aren't I? Right, en route back. Gonna have to move the penguin cam because I'm running the chair over it. It's the trouble with these chairs with wheels. Wheel. Okay, where were we then? Let's catch up with the chat, see what's going on. So I've got to refresh my page. Gia, how are you, mate? Can you take the white shaft from the switch? Yes, you can. You can. There's a circlip you've got to pull off. Spring pops out, and then the whole lot pushes out through the back, Gia, with lots of little tiny contacts in it. Lots of little tiny contacts. They're okay new, but they're brittle by now. Again, it's wear. I mean, this is a set from probably the late 60s, early 70s, so it's pretty out there. It's had a hard life. Going to need your new switch. They're not repairable. Yeah, you can replace just parts of them, Nick, so we should be able to just replace this shaft. Right, let's just have a quick look. Let's just refresh my... Strange. It's no Airport at the moment. We'll have to wait. It might come through in a minute. I've got a Messenger app. I mean, I could go into Facebook. It might be there, but I've got the Messenger app open. No, you can release one at a time, Gia. I'll show you in a minute when we get the switch bank out. I've got a box of switches here somewhere. I've got a little box as I bought a job lot of Robert's switches a while back. So, I mean, the module has got to come out of this thing. It's it sounds like the amplifiers. Well, we ought to just prove that the amp. Well, we know that the amp's working because we did get FM just now, so we know the amplifier's working. It is low volume though, so it might be that we have a problem with one of the transistors in the amplifier. No, we got a mixture of germanium and lockfit in this one. There's one there that just says T7, so that's one of those generic, probably an OC71, something like that. Looks like the driver. Got strange, an AC128. I can't remember what the outputs are on these, but yeah. So we could have a dodgy lock fit. We could have one of these has gone low gain. One of the germaniums. It could be one of the two output has gone low gain. But I mean, we can always test that. Let's just put it back on the power and stick a screwdriver on the wiper or on the input. See what happens. So let's just test the amp. Yeah, that's it is a bit quiet. I mean, if I turn it down. But yeah, the amp is working. I don't think there's a problem with the amp. It's the IF. I mean, there is no IF there at all. In fact, on AM, there's nothing. There's no oscillator even, I don't think. So yeah, it's got to come apart. It's got to come apart. There's no messing with it. You have an R600, you've got away with doing... Yeah, you have at the moment, Rob, but it'll come, mate. It'll come. So I don't know why I'm... let me just close Messenger and I'll reopen it. It might pop through then. The last message I got on there, Paul, was about doing the LEDs. Let's just reopen that again. See what happens. Don't even want to reopen. So perhaps Messenger has crashed. Messenger has left the building. Here we go. Starting up again. Let's have a look. 5 photos. Five photos. So what we got here then, Paul? Oh, nice. You've got the negatives, Paul. You got the negatives, have you? Oh wow. Now, I did have the gear to print those, Paul, but I sold it all at an auction about 3 years ago now. I sold all of my film developing kit. We need to send it over to Paul. We need to send it over to Paul in Spain, Paul Crespo. He could print us some nice big 8x10s or 12x14s. Whoa, look at that. Nice. So have you scanned the negatives, Paul, have you? That must have been from some sort of exhibition. £25. Hang on, why is one... Oh, it's Rick 1, okay. R600, 25. What's that one? 700, 23. Oh, 33. £33, 10 shillings. £25, 15. I mean, these are very similar. This one uses an older style module. So this uses the same module as the R500 and the R404. A lot easier to work on these, but still not easy, but easier. Yeah. And that's the actual picture. Yeah, nice. Thank you, Paul, for that. No, if no buttons are pushed, these do nothing, Gia. You've got to have one button pushed to receive anything at all. If none of the buttons are pushed in, then it won't receive nothing. Oh, Nick's just said that. What sounds fine, Les? You got 3 or 4 R600 that all need modules, but if I'm having to do modules, then I may as well do a 707. Dave, been sorting turkeys. I did see your turkey advert, Stuart. We'd love one, but I could probably only afford a 1 kilo. Have you got a 1 kilo turkey up there? Have you got a 1 kilo? Have you got a 1 kiloer? So yeah, it's worth doing the modules. Which is easier? R600, R707, they're both a pain in the backside. Just trying to think which is probably the easier. Possibly the R707 is a bit easier than the R600. Not a lot. There's not a lot in it. So if I get you onto the overhead camera, we'll have a look at the module. The dreaded module. No, wrong button, Graham. Let's try that one. So the module sits... You can see it there, silver thing. This contains the IF for AM and FM. Is this the one that's got the FM in the front end as well? Can't remember. Yeah, I think the first FMIF is in this can, I believe, on this one, because you've got one hole vacant here with nothing in. I think on the R707 that's actually got a transformer in there, but that's why probably it's picking up a bit of FM. Not very good, because you know the start of the IF is there, but it's still got to go through this module. If we look at the back of it, this is the switch bank. This is not a great design. You know, these aren't great, really. I mean, they do sound brilliant. I really do like them. I do like these, but I think I like them because it's such an achievement to fix one that, you know, you can't help but fall in love with the thing because of the amount of work you put into it. It doesn't look like this module's been apart. Let me get my eyes on. So there's pins down on this side. You look at these pins here, we've got one up the top there, in there, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins there, which is on the module. The other pins are hidden underneath here, in there, and they've got little wires that come up and attach onto the switch panel here. So we've got to unsolder all of these. We've got to take this whole switch panel out. We've got to desolder the headphone socket. We've got to desolder the aerial socket. Take the top cover off. This is old school. There's no screws on this. You've got to bend these tabs. There's 2 tabs, one there and one over there. You've got to bend those tabs in order to pull the switch panel out. So it's not even screwed in. It's a bit dodgy. It ain't great. The later ones, this is screwed in the switch panel. Not that it makes a lot of difference. They still fail, but it's easier to align the buttons on the newer ones. These can be a bit tricky. You need to make sure the buttons are central. These aren't central, actually. Yeah, these aren't central at all. You can see that. They're definitely not central. So the whole board needs to come backwards a little bit. So when they put this one together, they haven't done it brilliantly. But unfortunately, these are like rats' nests. These I've seen worse. I've seen worse, but this module, the switch bank's got to come out, and then the module underneath's got to come out. You cannot get the module out without the switch bank coming out. So it's time to power up the desolder tool, and let's get sucking. One of them is over 12 kilos. Well, you need to cut a piece off. Cut a piece off, Dave. Stu Dave. 12 kilos? Christ, that's expensive. So if it was a tenner a kilo, that would be 120 quid, wouldn't it? My maths is rubbish, but you know. You prefer the old hackers. The hackers are a different thing altogether. Much, much easier to work on. None of this rat's nest. Separate boards, not modules. Welcome back, Rob. Where did you go to? Did you go for a kip? Have you sold all the turkeys then, Stu? Are they all gone? That last one's gone? Well, I'm very sorry to say that Reaper's gone. I really enjoyed that. That was a nice drink. Thanks to Mrs. Cruncher. Right, let's get sucking. I'm going to start with this, which I've now rebuilt this one. I've cleaned it all up, and I had lots of bits of solder caught in the screw thread, and the spring was covered in solder, but I have now done it, and this is what got Stu's module working. This is the dodgy cap from Stu's module. It's his Range Rover module. You are welcome to pop up and get it, Stu. You'll be on microphone. I won't stick a camera in your face. But you can say hello to the viewers if you want to come up and get that module. So I'm going to desolder these wires first. I don't know why, there's not really any way to do it. I mean, really you need to get the top panel off first. That's the first thing to do, but it's all got to be done. It doesn't really matter which order you do it in. Just waiting for my desoldering tool to heat up. Now these are just like solder legs, these things. They're, I don't know, I mean, someone devised it. But to be fair, at least they were British made back then, so you know, it's got good quality components in it. I mean, back in the day, the Mullard transistors were the dogs. They were the business. They had really good gain. I mean, you'll notice when we change Mullard transistors for different ones or modern ones, they've not got the same gain. So back in the day, they were supposed to be really good transistors. So that's those 4 out. We need to take this out now, the headphone socket. Is turkey really that expensive in the UK? Stu breeds his own, Doug, so they're hand-reared turkeys. So yes, they're going to be expensive. It's a lot cheaper in Aldi and Lidl, but yeah, Stu actually breeds them himself, so they're actually free-range turkeys, and they are the business. They do look really nice. You got half a pig last week. Stu was also the pig man. Stu sorts us out with pig as well. We get it all around here. Stu is the dealer, the meat dealer. How do you become a channel member then, Graham? Let me show you. So what you need to do, Doug, is go to my channel, if I can get it up. So we're on a go slow because I'm on a stream. So if you go to my homepage, which is, well, you can just type @Radiocruncher, actually. That might even work in the chat. Where are we? You fancy a go at winning the little Panasonic, Doug, do you? @Radiocruncher. No, that didn't work. But so you need to go to my homepage, Doug, and over here there's a button that says join. If you click that button, it pops up with join this channel. So you can pick whichever one you want. It tells you what you get for each one. And you get these little badges. So I believe this is like a new member. I think you get 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, etc., until you get up to the purple one. So the longer you're a member, the badge will change colour over time. So say I've only just set this up, but Rangers, Heralds, Super Sovereigns. There's not as many tiers on this as there is, but yeah, that's how you join. Just hit the join button there. And it does look a bit easier to join than Patreon. Patreon's very good. There's more tiers on Patreon, but because we're doing YouTube this is YouTube, so it does make it a bit easier for me. But again, we've got people that are both. We've got people that are patrons and members, so brilliant stuff. There you go, Doug. Hopefully that's sorted you right out. Oh, there's a join button next to the subscribe button on the stream. Okay, not sure on that. You're having one of our chickens. Oh, they're poor. They're really suffering, Paul. They're really not happy. I think we might even lose Snowy, which was our best looking bird. She's really looking a bit ropey now because they've been cooped up. Yeah. Designer turkeys they are, Doug. Designer turkeys, mate. You just do overweight chickens now. The fatter they are, the better. Pump full of hormones. Nice. Is that a Japanese sucker? Mine cost 20 quid, still blocks up. Yeah, it is. It's about the best one out there, David. It's one of these mechanic ones. I mean, I spent about, I think this is about 18 quid on Amazon. But it is nice. It's really powerful, but it does clog up quite a lot. I think the older ones don't clog up as much, but they haven't quite got as good a suction as this has. But the desoldering tool is the way to go, really. Right, sadly my beer's gone. I might have to open the Ruddles. Okay, so we need to get rid of this, but we need to just take a picture because all of these, for some reason, seem to have different colour wires, and some are wired differently than others. So it's worth taking a picture. Just responding to my son. Right, so I need to take it. This is the problem. Every time you look at your phone, there's something on there you need to react to, isn't there? £40. Some of those should be around £160. You cap them at 120. But again, Stu, I mean, they've got to be fed for how long is their lifespan? You've obviously bought them as chicks and reared them yourself. You fed them on caviar and foie gras. So I'm just going to take a picture of this this one so I know where the wires go. So we've got red, orange and black. So we can link that out. I'm going to take the aerial out. So let's just disconnect these. Again, this has come off. This has been off before by the looks of it. And we've got a wiggly wobbly leg down there. Yeah, mine is engineer as well, Paul, I think. Engineer or mechanic, one of the two. They all sound the same to me. Right, that's the headphone socket dewired. Back, Thomas. You've sorted your iron out, mate. That should now free up that side of the radio. Got to get over here to the aerial now. Disconnect that. So we've got a nice bulky piece here. Might need a bigger tip for this, but it might do it. There we go. And disconnect this one. Right, let's go back to the main camera. Where's the main camera? There we are. So pull off the knobs. Yeah, they'll come off. So now this should hopefully lift off. There we are. So I said a couple touch-ups. So this has definitely been off, but that's not an issue. So I don't think anyone's had the module out. So it hasn't been demoduled. So the next thing we need to do is desolder all of the wires on this, and there's a lot of wires. There's wires everywhere. It literally is a rat's nest of wires, this thing. So we've got to get them all off. There's no hiding from it. They've got to come off. Harvey, how you doing, mate? 7 months. Food for the animals gone crazy. Went from about £6 a bag to £12. Too expensive to do, Stu. You're not going to do them anymore. What am I going to do for a pig? I want my pig. I want pig. Right, so the best thing to do to start with is just take photos all the way around this thing. Because, as I say, there is wires everywhere, as you can see. We've got wires joining to the switches that come down here and disappearing through there. There's some wires underneath, you can see. All of these. Just little unmarked sort of capacitor legs, no markings on them whatsoever, so you can easily get them mixed up. I've done that. I've done it before. Here, look, just bare tinned legs, no indication of what they are whatsoever. And we've got some colours on these over here. They're not too bad, but these are a bit of a nightmare down through there. And we've also got wires coming off over this way as well into here, so it's a lot of dewiring now. So you need to take some pictures first, otherwise you're going to get yourself right in the lurch. Take them from different angles. Have a look where the wires come off of the board. Where they come off the PCB. That's mega important because you could have a wire drop off. Pictures up here. Pictures here. We've got wires here that need to come off. Up here, there. So some of these wires have been off already. I think that's got them all. Now let's just take a picture of that green one at the top there and the white. Right, okay, so we can now just rip it apart. Let's see if the desoldering gun's going to behave today. How are we doing? 8:30. So we've got a treat for you tomorrow because I've had a chat with brother Trevor, who runs a channel on YouTube called Geekology. He's into all things audio. He is coming over tomorrow. Coming over to do the Christmas present run and see us for Christmas. And he's going to be helping me out with the live stream tomorrow. So I don't know what he's going to be bringing, what he's going to be talking about, but it's always interesting when Trev comes over. You off, Ace? Catch you later, mate. Let me just catch up. Does the R600 have a big blue scale background? The later ones do, Brett. The early ones don't. The early ones have just got a plain backdrop like that. The later ones have got a blue one. I don't know why, unless that's really, really badly faded and it's blue underneath, but I don't think so. It might be. In fact, some of them just had a piece of, like, almost looked like parcel tape. That might be blue underneath, I'm not sure. If it is, then I'll swap it over. Anyway, let's get the sucker underway. I'm going to get rid of the solder first, and then I'll use the soldering iron to pull them out. You've got to be careful with these boards as well. The traces are not good on these. You can always tell when you're going to have a bad trace when you see this brown PCB material, so that one's not even going to desolder with this. So I'm going to need to get this soldering on. That's a massive, great blob of solder on that one. Huge blob. A blobulous blob of solder. That's going to block the sucker up. No problem. It's going to block the hell out of it. Where is it? Come on, Mr. Solder sucker. Oh, no, we're okay. We're okay. Let's clear the worst of it. Let's go in and let's clear the rest. Okay, that's that. So we've got these two over here to do. That one. This tool does speed the process up. It can slow it down if it gets jammed and you've got to take it all apart, but where are you? There you are. I have done dozens of these things. I've lost track of how many R600s that I've repaired for people and myself. I've sold quite a few. I sell them to order, so if you want an R600 or R707, I restore one for you. Oh, I desoldered that one there. I normally do that from the bottom. Right, okay, that's the wires around the edges all desoldered. I think. Is that one desoldered? Yeah, that one is. That one is. That one is. That one is. And that one is. Is that? That one's just hanging on a little bit, I think. Alright, so we've got all these to desolder now. So we've got that one. It's easier to just heat these and lift them, to be fair. He says. Why isn't that coming off then? I can say, well, they've shoved that right down there. Okay, it's good. Orange. Brown, that can stay. Blue's got to come off. green. The white and the yellow and the orange. And this white one. And this grey one. And the purple one. And we've also got this one, but this tends to be a leg. So this silver one here, I take it you can see it. I mean, I can get you in a little bit closer. Yeah, this silver one here is actually the leg of the capacitor underneath. I believe it's a capacitor. Yeah, so that's the leg of a capacitor. So you can't remove it from there. You've got to come back to the bit here that's connected to remove it. This piece. So you've got to remove it off this pin together with this purple wire, which is the clamp for the FM aerial. So you heat it and just slide it off. Hopefully, and there we go. There, okay. So I think that is the switchboard completely removed. So it's all desoldered all the way around. I'll pull all the wires out. But, these do form the structure of this, because it's now moving quite freely because I've desoldered all the wires. If you solder this up wrong, the buttons won't fit through the holes properly and they'll start binding up. So you've got to sort of be careful. And there ain't many people that will repair one of these for you that I know of. In fact, I don't know of anybody that repairs them. Whether the matey up in Cromer does, he is a hacker. Sorry, Robert's agent, I think now, isn't he? Right. So I am disconnected. Not personally. Oh, let's whack the camera, Graham. So I've got to bend these tabs back now in order to get this board out. Make sure I've got all these out of the way. Right, so we've got it nasty with these metal clips now, or just metal tabs that are bent over really. This one, so it's got to go up like that and out, and this one same, in, not quite. Oops, and the camera again. I really could do with sorting out a new overhead camera in the new year. You can get away with not taking all the wires off, but it just makes it a little bit more difficult to work on if you don't take all the wires off. Right, have we got something else hanging in there? No. We're out. There is the switch bank. There's the underside that you very rarely see. So it looks like it's had a really good squirting, and it looks like we've lost some of the little copper ends. There's usually a copper shield on the end of each of them. You just pop it up to squirt them and then just push it back down in place. So, made in England, Type 400. So if you see the top, let me think, what have you got to do on these? Yeah, so you basically got to pull the knob off the end. And can you see there you've got a little U-clip, so you've got to basically pull that U-clip off, pop the spring out, and you can then push the mechanism back through the back through the hole. So we might do that. I'm not going to do it right now because we want to crack on and have a look at this module. I want to get the module out at least today. Okay, so here we are. Let's catch up. Not a wireless. Just let me catch up. Right, Mrs. Cruncher? Need brandy. Huh. Single malt is the way. Got some headphone questions. Well, you can certainly answer those for you, David. I don't know what he's going to be bringing over, but he usually brings some nice kit. Rob, thank you, mate, towards a new camera. Yeah, I need to get one of those bridge cameras, really, and need to get a horizontal mount for it and just hang it over the bench. Ideally one with a remote so I can zoom in and out remotely. It's a start. It is a start. You got to go, Derek. Okay, mate. See you later, mate. Okay, right. Let's crack on. So now we've got. Let's get that light down a bit because I can't see. Oh, you can't see now there either. That's a bit better. So now we've got to start taking the pins up. We've got to bend the pins up. So we've got these here that are got these little wires on them. That's the ones that poke up through the switch panel. I don't think we've lost a wire there, have we? There's only 4 that come up through. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So I'm just going to lift those legs off. Where's my tweezers gone? I tend to keep these and reuse them. I've used flexible wire before, but it doesn't really make a lot of difference. Right, more sucking. So we've got one leg there. Again, these traces are very dodgy. Okay, that one needs bending. I'll just use this because I've got it here. That's those done. So now we need to move over to this side. And there's more legs and wires attached to legs and all sorts of loveliness. Right. This is how I first sort of started out, really, doing these. So the blue wire's in the middle. Let's just take a quick picture of that, because the likelihood is a lot of these wires will just drop off. So brown ones at the top there, green ones in there, red ones there, blue ones on the center. So first one, second one, Mr. Blue Wire. Three down, two to go, and they are tricky to get to. You got one here, come on, desolder, little monkey. God, it's a big blob of solder on that one as well. Most of it, I can just go in and go up like that. Ooh, sounds a bit wheezy, that. You've got a blockage. I think it might even be full, this one. I think that maybe the chamber is full, yeah. No, we're still going. We're still going. Chipmunk! Right, I think the other one is underneath this cap here. Just to make it a bit more exciting. The old Mullard tropical fish cap. Again, doesn't want to desolder. I've done a nice leg wrapping job on that one. Okay, no, we're good. I think that's good enough. No, that one's still on there. Still got solder left on that one. As it now. How you doing, Mr. Chipmunk? Can't keep every fish you catch. Yeah, carp don't taste that nice. Yeah, lead free, not good, but you know. Well, let's just straighten the leg here because we're not going to be able to get it out with a bent leg. All these legs have got to be straight. It's a nightmare getting them back in as well, these. Okay, get at that one. Where's the forceps? Somewhere with a bit of grip on it. So I'm going to have a really good scout about tomorrow and see if I can find Frankie. I do need to do another one really, because I've got the same switch bank problem in my Frankie, because it's an original. I think is it the R6? Is it the R707? That's the old one. Right, straighten these up a bit. So just pop it over. So this module should now, if we're lucky, just lift out. Just lift out. So let's push the legs. See if he lifts out. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to, but he's out. Ooh. There she is. The infamous LP1171 Mullard module. Mullard module. Let's just take this speaker off. Let's get the chassis out of the way for now. Right, there we are. The module is out. Got me on the Amazon Fire Stick YouTube app. I bet it looks okay full screen, doesn't it? Messenger is not working again. Are you on my Messenger, Chipmunk? That's my tablet alarm. I just heard it, so I'm going to have to take the tablets. Catching cod, yeah. Well, you're quite lucky up here, Les. Catching cod up on the north coast. They do come in fairly close. Right, tablets in. Let's get this one apart then. So we need to pop this piece here off. This has just got two little pips here, and these just lift off. And you can see the little tiny traces on this thing now. These are pretty horrible. If you're not that confident in soldering, you're going to have issues with this. Let's put it that way around, make it a bit easier for you to see. If I zoom right in, let's come back out a little bit. Let's focus, please, thank you. So if I hold my my little pointing tool, you can see how small these traces are, and they are literally held on with, I don't know what it's held on with, Prit. We'll say Prit, shall we? Because they are really, really fragile. Now, it does look like that transistor there might have been out. So I wonder if this one has been back to Roberts at some stage for a repair. Because there's one there, there's one over here, I believe. There's another one over here. So this one looks like it's been out as well. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder what's underneath the hood, so to speak. Prit. Yeah, it's like this is like a sort of thing that some post-it notes are stuck together with. It's not very good. It's okay for sticking like stickers in books and things, but it's got no glue strength whatsoever, really. So We need to get this off. You need to be really careful, especially with this side here, because that is just a pad. If you put too much heat on that, you'll lift the pad underneath and you'll have nothing to solder this back onto. So you need to be really careful with that side. So I tend to desolder this one. Get a bit of heat into it. Come on. Okay, so suck a little bit off of that, but not a lot. So I'm going to do the rest of the soldering arm. So I'm going to come in on this one first. I'm just going to put the soldering on underneath that tab there. Just till it lifts. Just use the soldering iron to pry it apart. So now my board's loose there. And what you need to do is lift it here. Just heat, not the board, the actual. You need to heat the actual pin that's made out of this metal side, not the board. Let's see if I can do this now. I've said all that. It should just pull out like that. There you go. Without lifting that pad. That pad there is hellish fragile. And here we go. The money shot. Ah, what have we got in here then? What have we got in here? Oh, some AF loveliness. Let's get the light a bit different. Where are we going to do? Where are we going to be that we can see all of them, please, Mr. Light? Nowhere. Do I need to angle it like that then, maybe? Like that. Just about there. About there, you can see it. Focus that. Okay. So you can see we've got two AF116s and an AF115. We've also got these capacitors. Now, if you don't do these, then you're brave, unless you take them all out and test them first, because what you don't want to do is do all of this work, change all three of these or zap them, put it back in and then find it doesn't work because you've got a capacitor that's gone. So you've got to do these electrolytics at the same time. Don't do one of these without doing the electrolytics, if you fancy doing one, that is. Doing a lot of people that like doing these. So I think what we'll do is we'll pop these three out. I'll take a picture of the orientation they're in and we'll stick them back in the same place. Let me just put a mark on each one. Just try to see on the board. Let's just go. We'll go 1, 2, and 3. Taking a photo of those will also help you if you don't mark on the board what pin is which. What I tend to do on these is I'll take them out and then I'll mark on the board which is which. So let's pop them out. I thought you were going to say good vacuum cleaners then. So again, if you dwell on these too long, you will actually lift the pads, but you can see I've not lifted any of the pads on that one. So let's have a look at the orientation of this. So it's that way up. So if I pull it off, I have done a little sketch of these. If anyone wants to try it, I've got a picture that I've taken where I show what pins what on them. So it's that way up. So you can see we've got the bigger gap there, so it's collector shield base emitter on that one. from left to right. So collector, shield, base, emitter. So I just draw them on like that, so I know which pin's which. And that was number 1. So I'll put little number 1 in the middle, shall I? That's the first one. And the next one. Now this is the one that looks like it's been out before. It's got blobby solder on it, so this one's been done, I reckon. So you do not want to get on these traces for too long, in and out. So one of these manual solder suckers is a bit dodgy on these, and we really could do with the electrical desoldering tool. Just bend these a little bit so as it comes out a bit easier. That one there, that one there. So that's facing this way. So again, it's collect on the left this time. Number 2. And the last one. Yep, got it. So, okay, the collector's over this side now. It's difficult to get a pen in here, actually. It's 3. There we go. So I'm going to have to skip to the loo yet again. I don't think it's for beer. I've only had 1 beer. Better say hello to Mrs. Cruncher as well. Oh my, that'd be rude else. Let's go say hello to Mrs. Cruncher. Let's go say hello to Mrs. Cruncher, then we have a wee whittle. Right. Right, coming back then, Mrs. Cruncher's fine. Tired. It's a bit mental at the moment in there. It's the time of the year and all that. But she's home safely, that's the main thing. Right, let's catch up with the chat. Let's catch up with the chat. He's like catching cold, this and that. Sheer luck, yeah. Aston, how you doing, mate? You just woke up. You think it's more that the glue degrades, Chipmunk? It could be. You wonder if the Mullard modules are any better for quality. You mean sound quality? A few yards of braid on that, yeah. I know, we got that other board that I got to do for Manuel, which is even finer tracks than that, even worse. Yoo-hoo, yeah. Phil Tube, thanks Phil. Throw the Mullard junk out. These transistors are good though, George, if you zap them, but it's really difficult to zap these because they've got really short legs. Fish killer. Loves you, fish killer. You wait till I tell Penguin. Mind you, Penguin likes fish. Fit Silicons, no. Just catching up. You got flu, better now. I'm going to test them. The man who torments germanium transistors. Bob, how you doing, Bob? I haven't seen you for ages, mate. You keeping okay? Maybe some of that UV cure glue around the edges of the pads you're desoldering to reinforce the glue that's left. Could do, but I don't think it's particularly heat resistant, but if there's any pads that are moving about, then that might help. But it's not, you need some high temperature stuff really. I have got some here, but to be fair, it's not worth it. If one of these pads lift, all you do is stick the leg through and bend it over to the bit of pad that's not lifted. But these are all okay. I've managed to do all three without lifting any pads. You need to make sure you clear the solder out the holes as well, because if you stick it back in and it catches the edge of a bit of solder, you'll lift the pad that way as well. They really are delicate, very, very delicate. Oh, no worries, Bob. I've not done any CB stuff for you. This is the problem, isn't it? I've not done any CB stuff this Christmas, and I was going to. I had 2 CB radio sessions lined up, but none of them have come to pass. So we'll have to do them in the new year now, Bob, I expect. I clear out Mrs. Cruncher of clear nail varnish. I've got all of her. I've got her Rimmel. And I've also got her other one up here as well somewhere. Her nail reinforcement. she can borrow it back off me if she wants it. And the other stuff's a little bit stronger. It's like a nylon stuff. It's quite good. Okay, let's have a look at these transistors then. Let's have a look at these. Where's the main camera? Let's get back to a non-zoomed in picture for a minute. Let's get down and have a look at them. Look at the little monkeys. Let's get the multimeter. clear all the junk off the desk again as per usual. Get him over here. It's not got a great depth of field, this lens, really, but I'm zoomed in too close. So let's go on ohms. Let me get my eyes on. What I've done with my goggles. There we are. Glimmering things, but I can't see this stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because these legs are short, I'm just going to use one probe on the case of the transistor. Make sure that's got a connection to the shield wire, which it has. Right, so let's go to the collector. So that should stay OL. That's got 30 ohms short to the collector, that one. Base. Around about 70k to the base and the emitter. 5k. That one's absolutely short, that one. That one is terrible. That was what number was that? That was number 3, an AF116. And normally the 116s aren't too bad, or is it the 115s? I think the 116s are normally not too bad. So let's try this next one. This is number 1. Let's make sure we're connected. Yes, we are. Right, okay, so collector. 56 ohms there as well. Hell. Base. 80 ohms. And the emitter. 4K. Flipping heck. Right, okay, the last one. AF115. Is the 115 going to save? In fact, I think it's the 115s that are usually pretty good. Is the 115 going to save us? Save the day. Let's try that. Make sure we've got a connection. Yes, we have. And I've pinged it off. Collector. 71 ohms. Base. 49k. Emitter. Come back. Trying to escape. Let's go play with the goats. Emitter, 4.7k. So all 3 of them are absolutely shot. That's why it's failed. And we can't get hardly anything through it. The other thing I wanted to have a look at was the pots. So let's get back on this. So we know that all of them are shot. I will just check to see if there's still transistors in a minute. But just looking at these. So the red ones are the AM and the yellow ones are the FM. So you've got, I believe, are these doubled up? Is that the first IF? That's the second IF. That may be the third IF, but that last one is a discriminator. That's the one that's got screwdriver marks in it. So that one has definitely been turned. So it's just that one that's been turned. We might be okay. And the red ones are AM. Again, it doesn't look like they've been touched. And that one has. That one's been mullered. But again, that's just an IF, so that shouldn't be a problem. So usually the last ones that you stay clear of, so you don't mess with the last ones. Well, I wouldn't twiddle any of them, to be fair, unless you got the kit to do it or you know what you're up to. Do not touch any of the cores in these. They don't move. They don't ever move. They're always stuck in place. I mean, it's not like some of the hackers where they've got a little bit of elastic that drops out and they start getting rattly and they move about. These do not move. So unless there's something gone seriously wrong with one of the transformers, do not touch them. There you go. I've said it. So yeah, we've got one there that's been twiddled and one there. So we've got two that have been turned, and I suspect that lines up with the ones that we can see here, doesn't it? Where are we? Yeah, so that's that one. No, you can't really, unless you price this little bit of paper up. No. So I don't know who's done that one then, unless someone's took this label off and stuck it back on again. Could have done, because it doesn't. Normally they just pop off, so it might be have been stuck back on again. But that's definitely been turned because it's chewed. Chewy, chewy. See what I mean? It has been chewed up. And that one is as well. So let me zoom back out. So no touchy. Mrs. has already donated black and red. Now apparently I need clear. Excellent tip. Yeah, it does work. But you're very sparkly nail varnish for one I meet, Graham. You're not trying to pull me again, George, are you? I've still got the bite marks from last time. What's going on? Right, anyway, on another subject. So that's them out. Let's just test them to make sure they are transistors still. I would think they are. They don't usually totally die. Don't lose this bit of, do they call this fish paper or waxed paper? I'm not sure, but I don't know what it is. It was used a fair bit back in the day, but I don't see anything using it these days. It's like a, I don't know, is it an oil impregnated paper? I don't know what it is. Doesn't smell of fish. Just smells of metal because it's been in there, but don't know. Anyway, let's have a look, just see if these are transistors. We'll have a look at the gain on them as well, because they are usually pretty good. Oh, where are we? So we'll do them in order. We'll do number 1 first. Number 1. If I can get on it. Okay, have I gone on the wrong pins though? Let me just have a look because I'm not zoomed in here. No, I am on the right pins, so let's just check that again. We could have a duff transistor here. Yeah, definitely on the right pins. Did I have a good connection though? Try that again. There we go. Okay. So look at the HFE figure on that. Let's get you down a little bit. 224, look. So, what is that? That's an AF116. We've got an AF126 here. says AF126, but I can't see any one. Oh, there's some 126s in there, but they're brand new and sealed, so I'm not going to take them out. But yeah, here we go. There's an AF126 here, look. So let's chuck an AF126 on and see how that compares. And I'm just trying to think which is a shield on these. I think it's the first one or the second one. It might be the first one, I can't remember. They got funny pinouts, these, haven't they? So HFE is 96 look, on an AF 126. So a big difference, 100 HFE difference, which is basically the gain of the transistor. So people knock the AF11 series, but they are really good transistors once you've zapped them. So it is worth keeping them. You know, there's going to be a time where you can't get a replacement transistor. So the more you zap, the better, really. So what have we got next? Number 2, AF115. So look at this one then. So we're going to save Penguin, we're going to save the AF1 series transistors. Right, let's try this one. 274 HFE. So they are very good transistors, but they just grow whiskers because of the tin can they're enclosed in. The actual silicon and the junctions are really good. Let's give that a clean off. So we can go down to leakage and have a look at leakage, but it's 0.51. Doesn't really make a lot of difference, because if I put my finger on that now, just hold that for a minute just to warm it up. Just test that again. So you see HFE's gone up to 300. And the leakage is now 0.85, just by me holding my finger on it. The longer I hold my finger there, the difference it will get. So that's what they say about thermal runaway. So 391 HFE now, look. So it's very heat sensitive, germanium. Very heat sensitive. So let's catch up the chat. You bought the job lot last time I went to local charity shop. They had a box of new and used bottles for £1. To watching a recent video, I'll be very wary of asking George to send you something in a parcel. Yes, you just never know what's gonna arrive if anything comes from George. Fish paper is actually made from rubber. Okay. Right, okay, so that's that one. That one's good as well. And the last one, number 3, another AF116. Let's try this one. Slow Nige. Thank you very much. Oh, hang on. We have a Zener. Now, okay, is that just a bad connection? Is it Slow Nige or Slow Nick? I can never see. But thank you very much. Much appreciated. So let me just have a look, see if I've got it on the legs. Let's just slide that one up a little bit. This one could be knackered. Try that again. No. It's no good, that one. So we've got to find another one. So AF116. Now let me think. If you remember, I bought a job lot of components from Wootton Bassett. I paid quite a lot for it, but there was some quite nice things in there. So let me go and get it and see if I've got either an AF116 or an AF126 in here. In fact, there's 2 boxes. There is 2 boxes full. Now, where can I put that where it's not going to fall off and kill me? So I bought these 2 drawers of components, all in little brown envelopes, and I used to store stuff in these little envelopes, but I find them a bit of a pain sometimes. It's nice if you keep them all in order, but there's all sorts of stuff in here. There's LEDs, op amps, transistors, diodes. I mean, if we look down through here, look, we've got some of the OC series ones. We've got OC 41, 42, 43, 44, 71, 71, 72, 76, 77. So we've got loads and loads of the OC series transistors, which are OC81Ds, look. OC81s, 82s. So I did pay a lot for this. Well, I say a lot. I paid 50 quid for it, for these components, because you know how much transistors are these days, and if I can make use of sort of 20 of these, I've got my money back. Really, that was my thought. So let's have a look, see if I can find any. So we got OA91s, look, diodes. OA79, 1N916, OA47. Loads and loads and loads of transistors here. Super bright LED. Super bright. A lens. Okay, so I've got a couple of little tins with bits in there as well, but no, there's no AF series transistors in there. So let's check this one. GT322B. Yeah, again, they're quite low gain, Brett. You can do, I've put them in these modules many times and they do work. I'm just having a look. AC125, AC127, 126, 128, AF115s. Was that a 115 that we just tested? 116, AF116. There we go. What's in here though? A lot of these are pulls, and this one, it looks like it is a pull as well. What's gone on there? I wonder if that's a transistor. That might be worth a look. So have we got any AF126s? AF117s, AF118s, AF127s. Again, are they pulls? So a lot of this is pulls. Yeah, that's a pull. What on earth is that? It looks colourful. Oh, look at those. Look at those diodes. Pretty colours. Look at that. That's very similar to the picture you sent me, Simon. I don't know what they are. There's nothing written on the bag at all. Definitely a germanium diode. There's quite a few in there, all brand new. Aren't they pretty? I'm sure in the Mullard book somewhere there is a colour code for these to tell you what they are. Is there any writing on those? Let me just have a look, see if there's any writing on it. I don't think there is. No, it's definitely a germanium diode. I don't know what the bands mean, but if anybody's got a Mullard book somewhere, you might be able to find out. Silicon diodes. Well, that's not silicon diodes. That's a whole bag of germaniums there. That is not silicon diodes. Okay. So there's a whole bag of diodes here. They're all brand new, but they are germanium. It says on the thing, silicon diodes, surplus, 50 volts, 200 milliamps. Well, that looks to me like OC91s or something like that, OC90s. You know, that's a germanium diode, that's not silicon. And there's a few there. Yeah, that's definitely a germanium diode. You can see the little squiggle inside it. I don't know what it is though, against no marking on it, but that would work fine in a detector stage or any other germanium stage. The band will tell you what it is, but I don't know what the bands are. I'd need to look up the thing. Hi Lee, how are you? Question mark. What else have we got? Radio frequency clocks. Try not to twist wires too much. Okay, so we got some silicon here. We got some 2Ns. Lots of 2Ns. 2N302, 2N, 613. BC109s, useful. One N4004s. BC-wise, BC108s, got a few in there. Not a massive amount, but this is just someone's stock that they've accumulated over the years, I think. We've got a little bit of paper here, what does that say? I've got a little circuit someone's drawn there. So how to test a Zener by the looks of it. Yeah, it looks like a little picture to remind him how to test a Zener. Look. So he's just got positive and negative. He's got a 3K load resistor and he's got a Zener. And he's just saying to put the voltmeter across it and that'll give you the Zener. I've got little notes like that, but I keep them in my book. There's a bridge rectifier in there as well. Just seeing if we've got any more AF series 0810, TSC415, MD7003, BFYs. Don't tend to use BFYs much at all. BC13s, more diodes, 4001s, silicon rectifier, diode 08Z203, loads and loads, 0822s, they're not really in any order really, 0895s, 1M4006s and 7s, we use those quite a lot. Computer PNP, BC107, 1M4005, some really old capacitors, which I wouldn't trust, but they're new old stock, I suppose. And some resistors. Yeah. So I wonder what this AF116, let's see what this AF116 is any good, and if it is, we'll use it. So yeah, this one was in that box. It's got really long legs on it. The legs have been wrapped together there. Well, it looks like someone's wrapped the shield and the emitter together for some reason. Maybe they were using it as a diode. Actually doesn't look like there's any solder on the legs of this, so maybe it hasn't been in circuit. Right, looks like a dead spider now, doesn't it? So let me zoom this one in and we'll test it, see what it's like. So let's put a mark on that. So number 3 is no good. It might come back to life if we zap it, but it might just go bang. Try this one then. How you doing, Jack? Anyway, sorry mate, I did see you pop in. I didn't say hello. Let's see where we are here. So that's base, collector base, emitter. Let's see if this one's a transistor then. It is HFE 146. Well, you know, not the best gain on the planet, but it is a working transistor. .148 is just, I'm just moving it up to the end of the pins, really, giving it a bit of a workout. $149. Leakage is low. So I wonder if this one's got shorts. So we've got a working transistor that we can use there. We might have to tweak the cool, this is, it's been on fire. Yes, it's definitely an AF116. Let's see if we got shorts on this one then. It's a bit crusty, to be fair. I've seen better AF116s. But you know, I would say it's free, but it wasn't. Let's have a look then for shorts on this one. So let's connect up to the shield wire. Let's go to the collector. Nothing. Base. Nothing. Emitter. Full house. That one's got no shorts whatsoever, and it's a transistor. So in theory you could stick that straight in, really. So we'll call that one now. That can be on number 3. If I can get it to draw on it, because it's crusty as you like. That's on number 3. So how are we doing for time? Okay, well it's 10 to 10, so it's about time for me to bid you farewell and do my advent calendars. But yeah, I know we spent a lot of time messing about and taking that out. So the next stage is going to be to zap these 3. Get them zapped, and they're just gone walkabout. Get the capacitors changed. and then see if I can find Frankie, then we can plug this into Frankie and see if it works. Once we can verify it works, then we can put it back in the radio and see if the radio then works. So a lot of work ahead. Be more than one stream, I'm sure. In fact, that'll probably jump into the new year, that one. But I do enjoy looking at that sort of stuff. OC 50s and 51s. Some got into circulation, despite never being commercially released. Could be a rarity. How about a Darlington pair of lower gain ones? I don't know. What did you say it was? OC? Where's my OCs? I think my OCs were in the other ones, weren't they? OCs were in the first box. I did shout out the OCs. I don't recall a 50-51 chipmunk. No, I've got 44 and then it jumps up to 71. So I've got 41 to 44, then it's 71, 72, 76, 77, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 9, wolf. So no, I haven't got any of those rarities. Right, Penguin, stay there, mate. You look after them components. Penguin's looking after them now. Let's catch up with the rest of the chat. It was a black and violet, similar, mate. Oh, hang on, it's just jumped. I've just jumped. I'm not catching up. Black and violet, similar made. Band tells you what it is. Cute little tropical fish. Thanks, Jutta. It's a point contact germanium. Workshop clear out. Chipmunk. Apparently the yellow indicates the cathode, then the remaining two colours are the OA number in a standard resistor colour code. Oh right, okay. What did I say they were now? I've forgotten. Where are they? Where are they? Were they in that first one? Yeah, they're in this little bag here. So the yellow is the cathode, and then the remaining two colours. So it's yellow, red, and green. Red. Red is 2, isn't it? Yeah, red and green. A 25? An OA 25? Is there such a thing as an OA 25? I mean, in the other room, I've got a couple of the really old Mullard data books. So I should dig them out tomorrow and have a look, see if those are in it. Interesting though. Thanks for that, Mr. Chipmunk. So it's 25. OA 25. Is there such an animal? CV 425. Could be. Just catching up. Yeah, no, you are right, Timothy. It's random, really. AF115s are normally not too bad. Gavin, how you doing, mate? From the sick bay. Oh no. David Harris. Hi, David. M7BON. Ah, right. Good to see you, Dave. Liking the Devon flag as well. Google only repeats what is told. Yeah, I don't know what's up there, Gavin, but fingers crossed you're okay, mate. Okay, let's get some advent calendarage underway. That's to be continued. I've got to try and get the cassette sovereign done tomorrow. I've got to try and get that AM board done. Now, whether we look at the AM board on the stream or whether we carry on with this, we've got to get Trev in on the act. So we need to make time for a bit of geekology as well. So I'll find some pictures of him and put up a link later for tomorrow morning for Trev's channel. For those of you that don't know what the hell I'm going on about, Trev is mad keen on headphones and sort of digital audio stuff. He's really into all of that. Knows a lot about it, a lot more than I do. Well, a lot more than I'd want to, I think. He just knows it's pretty much everything. Right, let's get the massive car advent calendar up. And let's find number 21. And where are you, number 21? See number 20, 24, 21 up here, up in the corner. Just see it, where it says Revel. Oh, well, we know what they're for. That's good, they give us batteries as well, isn't it? 7. Oh, that's unusual. Perhaps 3 in the remote and 3 and 4 in the car, maybe? Maybe? So where do they go? Do they slot inside? No. Oh, it looks like I missed a trick. I'm supposed to have screwed the base on the 20th yesterday. So I thought I just had the side panels to screw on, but I've got to screw the base on as well. That's probably why I had all them extra screws left over that I threw in here. So it looks like I've got to screw that together. Oh, why pushing down? Ah, that's better. It's clicked in. Okay, so what screws is that, I wonder? Need 4 of the longer ones, I think. Okay, yeah, we've got 4. They seem to give you loads of extra screws, and these little tiny self-tappers come in very handy for bits and pieces, fixing circuit boards and that. Let's see if I can't pick them up even. Is it those, or is it the flat-headed? No, it's going to be the flat-headed ones, I think. Doesn't actually say what screws it is, does it? No. Let's try one of those in there. I'm zoomed right out, aren't I? I've got him on the operating table. Last one standing, you got your flu jab, which seems to be working. We're glad to hear that, Gavin. going to try one of these screws in here, see if it does seat in properly. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, that's fine. Let's grab another one. So obviously we've got 4 batteries to go in the car by the looks of it. And the other 3 must go in the remote. We've got to be getting close now. Getting there, yeah, certainly is, Aston. Yeah, I had my flu jab. Anybody know the Dockyard Radio Centre still exists in Dockyard Radio Centre? Not sure. Yeah, get your jabs. There we are. Look at that. He's raring to go now. So there can't be much left. It's obviously a battery cover. We've got the batteries now. Good stuff. We've got lots of spare screws. There we are. That's the Revel RC Advent calendar from Rob. So thank you again, Rob. And last but not least is the Weira Advent calendar from Mrs. Cruncher. And we need number 21. '21 then, where is it? '21, cat's bum. Yeah, you're right, it is the cat's backside, back body, buttocks. Ah, we got our last spanner. I knew we'd have a spanner. I knew we'd have a spanner at some stage. We had 1 slot left to fill. 1 slot left to fill. Let's pop these up out the way. Get my spanner set out. So what's this one then? This is an 8 and a 9. So we've got basically 6 to 13 mil there, which is pretty much all we'd use. Might use a slightly bigger one maybe for the nuts on the potentiometers. Should have probably tried them on that hacker, shouldn't I? 13 might have fitted that. There we go. Very nice set of spanners. So that's complete, that one. I mean, this one's full to the brim, and we've got bits in the screwdriver as well. So there's only one's just decided it wants to come out because I didn't put it in properly. That's not a great. Should that go in there? Yeah, it should go. So looks like we've got 2 slots left in the screwdriver. there we are. That's a very nice set of tools. That very, very useful. Jim, how are you, mate? Merry Christmas to you as well. Happy Hogmanay. Lang may your lum reek. Lang may your lum reek. It's a cat's ass. +1. Thanks, Thomas. Baco. Yeah, I've got my main socket set's one of those Halford's Advanced or Halford's Professional, something like that. It's really, really good. I got it in the sale many years ago in the January sales, and I think it was well over 100 quid normally. I got it for about 50 quid. I think it was about 50% off. We're a mallet. Great company, never a bad purchase. Yeah, they have got good tools. I mean, I've got a lot of Weira stuff. I've got a lot of Weira stuff that's in the other room as well. Obviously, all my main screwdrivers, my metric bit drivers are all Weira. I've got a Weira bottle opener. That's a good tool. That's a good tool. That's essential. But yeah, these are all these Weira laser tip ones that I got from my Super Chats one Christmas, I think it was. One Christmas I purchased this set, complete set. I bought a couple extras as well, but the majority of them I bought from the Super Chats that I got over Christmas period. So that's again thanks to all you guys. Okay, so that's it for now. As I say, please tune in tomorrow and have a chat with Trevor. I shall get him on camera, so we'll be sat exactly where I am now, and I'll be over there probably drinking some beer over that way somewhere, I expect. He normally brings a bit of beer, Trev, when he comes over. So hopefully he's got some nice stuff to show us. I'm sure he has. If you follow his channel, then you'll see the sort of stuff he does. So it's if you type in Geekology, that's GEEKOLOGY. Should we put a little title up for him? Let's put a title up for Trev. So let's edit that. So I'm trying to find the button to click then, but. Okay. Dee. Okay, there you go. So if you type that in, I'm pretty sure that's how you spell it. I've probably spelled it wrong, but if you type @Geekology in your YouTube search window, it'll come up with Trev's channel, hopefully. It's going to be 7 o'clock tomorrow, Thomas. 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Could have put that on the second one, couldn't I, really? So it'll be 1900 UK time. UK to time. So 1900 UK time tomorrow, Geekology and myself. So I'll either carry on with this module, or I'll jump back and do the Hacker Sovereign Cassette Sovereign RPC1. One of the two. Cheers, Gerard. Did I say hello to you earlier, Gerard? Apologies if I didn't. No worries, Derek. Let's catch up. Theo, cheers. Just watch back. We missed tomorrow. No worries, Gavin. And those of you that are Patreons, make sure you enter the giveaway for the little Panasonic radio. Only got another two days before I draw it. Another 3 days before I draw it. Nice one. It was going to be Chipmunk because originally Trev said do the stream early, but I've got a gas delivery tomorrow and a doctor's appointment, so I can't do the stream earlier in the day. So I sent Trev a message and said, look, you know, I'm going to have to do it a bit later. I know you're going to be here, but do you fancy coming on and having a go with me? So he said, yeah, he'd love to. So ideal. So we're going to have Trev in tomorrow. Yes, Thomas, I will be streaming on here, but my brother Trevor, who's got the Geekology channel, will be here with me. So he's coming to visit for Christmas, but I persuaded him to come on and do something. I mean, it's promoting his channel as well. Look, it's got a good little channel going there. So you've been quiet and silently watching, Gerard. Silent but deadly. Yeah, good to have you on board, mate. Anyway, so there you are. That's it for me now. From me now. I'm going to go down and sit with Mrs. Cruncher for half an hour, and I shall catch you all tomorrow. And I'll put a slide out in the morning, hopefully, of what's going on. So bye for now.